Hey guys, how you doing? Jack Bendahan, the Life Man here, and thought it would be kind of cool to shoot a video outside here. A lot of people have an issue with critical illness insurance. They want it, they need it, they know somebody in their family or a friend who has had it or a loved one who has had it. They know people are constantly affected by cancer, heart attack, stroke, but when they see the premium amount, they get scared off. It is very expensive most of the time. And the reason is because they're shooting for the very high amounts like 150 or 250. So they figure if they can't get that amount, they should have nothing. And that's just a really poor approach considering the facts. And I wanted to share that with you. So I attended a conference recently on critical illness insurance. And it's interesting to know, but most of us focus on these really high amounts because we know the chances of getting them are very high. You know, getting cancer, a heart attack, cancer, I think is like 70% chance of getting it out of all the critical illnesses out there. And if we can't get that high amount, then we say, you know what, the hell with it. Let's not get anything. And the reason why that's a bad approach is because something is better than nothing. Something will help you better than having nothing at all. And I'll prove that to you. So what you want to do is, instead of focusing on the amount, you want to focus on the recovery periods of those critical illnesses, of the most prevalent ones, like cancer. So for cancer, I don't know if this is backwards when you watch it, but cancer is a 4 to 5 month recovery period. Heart attack is a 2 to 3 month recovery period. And non-life-threatening stroke is 3 to 4 months. So you don't need that much coverage. You don't need to, break the bank here. You just need enough to take you through that recovery period so that you're comfortable and that your family's comfortable and you guys aren't stressing out and causing unneeded stress on yourself, on your body, when you're already physically stressed, right? I mean, that makes sense. So one thing I'd like to do, and I thought this was really, really cool, and I'm gonna dumb it down because I want to make it seem like it's not that hard. It's not that hard to look at the amounts and to understand that you don't really need that much. So for example, this is a needs analysis sheet that they did for critical illness. I found it quite genius when I looked at it. And what I did was, instead of showing you 6 months of recovery period, I just put down 4 because that's around the average. So some of the things you're going to want to consider if you suffered, or if a family member suffered from a critical illness, and it's things you don't even think of, are, obviously your spouse is going to want to take time off work to be with you. They're going to do it anyway. So what if they do? I mean, who's going to pay them? How are you going to keep on paying the bills? If you're in a very bad state, you know you're going to want your spouse around, and if your spouse is in a bad state, they're going to want you around. So unless you have a bad marriage, of course, which I hope that's not the case. But basically, if you needed for your spouse to take off work, I just put a $3,000 salary in there, which in my opinion is very, very low. And I put 4 months, so that's $12,000. Second thing is, if you want to have extra funds to get in-home care. Yeah, maybe you need a caregiver to come by. It's not outrageous. I mean, we have them right now with our kids, and we see how accommodating they are, how much they help in every aspect, not just with our kids, but in all the housework that needs to get done. I don't think it would be at all exaggerated to have that kind of care when you're going through something very serious like a critical illness. I put $3,000 a month down there because we're not talking about in-home care or sponsoring somebody. It's definitely going to be somebody who's living out and coming in to help you and help around the house. So I put $3,000 for 4 months. Again, not very aggressive at all. That's another $12,000. Transportation, lodging, food, parking. I mean, nobody thinks about this stuff, but my grandmother was recently in the hospital in October and November, and unfortunately she passed away from cancer. And I visited her every single day. And I could tell you that at the end of the month, the parking fees were so ridiculously high, and I didn't plan on that at all. And eating at the hospital, eating out, constantly visiting her. I put down here transportation for a month for, imagine if the hospital is miles away. Imagine it's a specialized hospital for that particular issue, and it's an hour away. You know, you're going to factor in gas to that. So I put down $1,000 for 4 months. That's an extra $4,000. So right now we're already at $28,000, which isn't a huge number in terms of critical illness. A lot of people feel they have to go for $250,000 in coverage. If you wanted to continue to make your mortgage payments, again, I put a really low number here. I put $1,500 or your rent payments, and I put for 4 months. So that's $6,000. But you know, I imagine that that's got to be a little bit higher. And then paying your current bills, your electric bills, your tax bills, your insurance bills, you know, your life insurance bills, you could be looking at, you know, $1,400 a month. Again, I multiplied that by 4 months. You're at $5,600 there. I put, you know, obviously you're going to have to continue to make your car payments. I put that down at $300 a month times, you know, 4 month recovery period. You're at $1,200. So in total, the total amount came to $40,800. That's what you would need, you know, short term for a brief recovery period to get over, you know, to get over that critical illness. Very short term, but again, something is better than nothing. And again, the premium will depend on the length of the term that you decide to go for, if you add any special features. But if you're looking to keep the price down, make sure your family's protected, you know, you could probably get a premium for $50 a month, $30 a month, and that'll give you, you know, 40, 50, maybe even a little more than that in coverage. I think that's worth it. I think it's something for you guys to consider. For those of you who haven't purchased critical illness insurance, it's worthwhile to take a look, get a quote, and add this to your portfolio, making sure your family's protected. None of these things I've mentioned are outrageous, and they all make sense. So if you're looking for a quote on that, feel free to email me or call me at 416-995-8705. I'll give you a quick quote. You can add that to your portfolio already. I know we may have spoken about it in the past, but it's very important that you think about getting, even if it's a small amount of critical illness insurance, it's very important that you think about getting that and focus on the recovery period. All right, don't focus on the huge amounts if budget, you know, if you're restrained by budget. So hope you got some value from this. I look forward to seeing you guys and helping you out in the future. If you're not a client of mine, then feel free to call me or email me anytime. I'll talk to you soon. Look at this view. I mean, finally a beautiful day here in Toronto, gorgeous weather. Crows are making sounds in the background there, but just absolutely stunning. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.